A comparison table is a table that uses columns for multiple competing products or services and rows for the attributes these products or services possess. It allows for quick and easy comparison between each offering's feature and characteristics. These tables can be incredibly helpful when users need to make a choice, but they can also be confusing if used in the wrong situation. Use these 5 questions to help you decide whether or not a comparison table would be helpful for your users. Before adding a comparison table, ask yourself if users are likely to compare factors between products. If they're likely to make the decision based on one factor, skip the table. For example, if I'm buying a stuffed animal, I'm only going to care about how it looks. I, like most people, don't need to compare stuffing, stitching, or other differences. Another question you might ask yourself to determine if you need a comparison chart is if the products you're using are mutually exclusive. If users are likely to buy your products in multiples, a comparison table isn't needed, as people aren't limited to one purchase. Take, for instance, dog toys. My spoiled pup doesn't have to choose between the orange bone or the green ball. I'll probably eventually end up getting both, so a comparison table wouldn't be needed. Next, decide if the choice is too simple to justify a comparison table. When attributes aren't meaningful, people are less likely to compare. For example, I'm unlikely to compare batteries beyond voltage or its price. In this case, a comparison table is a waste of time. Similarly, ask if your items are too cheap or replaceable to benefit from a comparison table. Since the object is so disposable, people don't put the time into comparing options. A great example of this is a candy bar. While I want to like my sweet treats, if I make the wrong choice, it's not the end of the world or worth fretting over a better one. Finally, unique or hard to compare items should also be avoided. When attributes are one of a kind or subjective, it's nearly impossible to compare them. Once again, making comparison tables a pass here. If I'm searching for an antique chair, my options are probably rare or even the last of their model. I don't need a comparison table, as my decision will be based on factors as unique as my new chair. In conclusion, comparison tables are really helpful, but shouldn't always be used. Avoid using them when users are making a simple decision where there aren't comparable options, or if the options are easily purchasable in quantity. Pay attention to your users' decision-making practices to make sure your table will help, not hurt.
Thanks for watching. If you want to see more of our UX videos, take a look at these over here and consider subscribing to our channel. On our website, nnngroup.com, you can access our free library of over 2,000 articles. You can also register for one of our UX courses that offer live, hands-on UX training.